I'm here. Hold on. I'm trying to get my headphones.
Hello,
Oh,
people.
okay.
Welcome to Main Event Boxing Talk. I've got Spence here with me and Tom. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Right. Let's start off. Billy Joe Saunders. Canelo beats Billy Joe Saunders and makes him quit. Good fight, this. What do you think, Tom?
Well, I watched it. I thought that it was. I thought he won about. I thought BJ won maybe two rounds, maybe three. Let's say three. And that injury was horrific. What happened to him? And you could see the reaction he had when he got hit. You knew that something really bad happened, and I didn't expect him to come out for the next round. And I think it was a good call by his trainer. I listened to his trainer today. What was his name? Mark. I forgot his last name.
Tibbs, I
But
think.
that's right, Mark Tibbs. And he said he didn't get the response he was looking for, so he stopped the fight. He said he was in a lot of pain. And when you're in that level of pain, you really can't think. You have to react. And that's how you get really hurt if you go back out. So I was happy that they stopped the fight, because he would have been badly injured if he got hit on that eye again. I mean, he is badly injured. He would have gotten, it would have been a devastating, as it is, it's devastating, but it could have gotten much worse. It could have killed him.
Right. We'll move on to Spencer now.
All right, I got a few things on the fight. The fight was a good fight. I liked it. As you, Tom, I gave Billy Joe 2, maybe 3 rounds. There's a lot of guys, mainly on the UK side, that believe Billy Joe was up in that fight. I don't understand what fight they were looking at. But I mean, it was a few close rounds, but most of those rounds I still would have edged to Canelo, because he had the more effective punches, in my opinion, the harder hit punches.
He was pushing the action too.
Right. Now, as far as the injury, if he couldn't move on, I'm not a person that bashes a fighter if they can't continue, or if they decide to like call it a night, because I'm not the one getting punched in my face. So it's his call in the end. However, I will make a note that it's kind of odd that Billy Joe's quitting, so to speak, sparked up a whole ton of controversy over the past few days about whether or not he really quit. The reason why Mark Tibbs and these guys actually had to come out and say that he wanted to go on is because it was Billy Joe had said disparaging things to other guys that did not continue in the fight. Most specifically, Daniel Dubois, when he fought Joyce, and he called him a quitter and you should go out on the shield and all of this other stuff. And then him to turn around and not continue on. I'm like, wow, Canelo must hit really harder than I thought he hits. Now, I thought he hit hard, but for him, he caught him. It was a combination of him being able to set to punch right. It was a perfectly placed shot with the right amount of momentum, and Billy Joe's face was right there at the time, that because I think it was the uppercut,
he was
right?
He was moving down into the uppercut. It was a head-on.
Right. It was right. That's what I
Yeah.
was saying. Like it was a combination of everything being it was like a perfect storm, so to speak.
Exactly.
So it was good. That was a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, you saw his reaction, the way his legs went, and the way he covered up. I was like, oh my God, that's good. That's it. You know, he would have, if he came out, he would have been KO'd.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, that he now, and again, if he decided that he couldn't go on, then call it a day. Like, don't get hurt unnecessarily. Whatever you were going to do, unless you were going to be able to knock him out to kind of like even it up or something, which Billy Joe isn't known for or famous for, then there would be no reason for him to try to come back out with a severely damaged eye and all this other stuff. So, they did the right thing as far as calling it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I agree. Because when you're in that level, I mean, he wasn't answering because of how painful it was. And Mark just said, okay, that's it. I don't like the way he's responding. So we're calling this fight. And he knew Mark knew when he got hit, the way he reacted to that punch, that something, it was a bad injury. Something
Yeah.
was radically wrong. I've never seen Billy react like that to a punch before.
Yeah, well, he never got hit by Canelo punch. Like I
Before-
said, I had predicted though. I don't know if y'all remember on the last show that it'd be like
you
a late
did.
stoppage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said 8 or
Going
9,
into
if I recall. Yeah.
Yeah, going into the championship rounds, just before the
Right.
championship rounds.
I've got. I'll have my view on before we move on to what we'll go talk about next time after this.
Go ahead. What's your view, Nate?
Yeah. So my view quickly is that Billy Joe put in a good effort. He proved himself that he's a good fighter, but he's just not at that elite level. And Canelo is. That's the difference. You could tell the difference between Billy being world class and Canelo being elite. And the Mexican curse continues for British fighters.
Well, I think it was a strength thing too. He was stronger. Canelo was definitely stronger physically, which makes me go back and say, GGG has a hell of a chin.
Billy has not lived the life. Billy doesn't live the life. He's only got himself to practice. He hasn't lived the life. If he lived the life, he would have had a better chance. He still wouldn't have won, but he would have given himself a better chance.
I think Canelo dropped Street GG in the third fight if they were to fight again. I think so, because he did much better in the second fight than he did in the first fight. And I think it might have been a little bit of, like he was tentative in the first fight because of maybe Triple G's reputation or whatever the case is. He was a lot more aggressive and a lot more in your face in the second fight. And he was bringing it to Triple G more so in the second fight. And in the third fight, especially after all of these wins, he done beat Jacobs, he done beat Kovalev, he done beat Billy Joe. Like he'll come in there with a bunch of confidence and bravado and want to wail on Triple G. So
well, don't forget he sparred with Triple G about 5 years earlier. And so Triple G, he came up and they had some sparring. He came up to Big Bear.
What makes Andre so special? That he thinks he's going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. If these other guys can't do anything, what's he going to do? Let's be honest.
Nah, I don't think Andre. Listen, I would like to see the fight. I don't really think Andrade gonna beat him, but I would like to see the fight. Yeah, I would like to see Andrade fight somebody nowadays. Like somebody.
Somebody, please.
Yeah, I'm like Eddie Hearn. Somebody fight the guy. Come on.
Right, guys. Let's move on to news. You fire things off, Tom.
I'll say that again.
Fire away with the next thing we're going to talk about.
Oh, we were going to talk about the fact that the AJ fight with Fury is almost a done deal, and now we have Wilder. It's going to arbitration. So what the hell is going to happen here? I think they just go ahead and make the fight.
The AJ fight or the Wilder fight?
The AJ fight. I don't think they're going to get an injunction to stop that fight, especially if it's in another country.
Yeah, no. I don't know what the I don't know. Like it might just be something where Wilder's about to get compensated and he can't plan a fight until the arbitration is finalized or set. And if Fury goes ahead and signs or completes the deal before the arbitration is set, then he might be in violation of the deal. So maybe that's part of the reason why the deal, and they just postponing it. They can't. I mean, I'm really confused on this situation. Yeah. Number one, on the Eddie Hearn part, as far as him not having all the ducks in a row. I mean, he blamed it on Ramadan at the end, like it was the Eid and all of this, but he had the fight supposedly trying to be set up. The pandemic been going on for a year, so them having a pandemic in the Middle East, they haven't really changed their rules where he thought it was going to be. They've been talking about the Middle East since the beginning of the year. So, like, for them to wait till almost June to announce something that's about to happen in August, supposedly in August.
I don't think that happens. I'm not convinced at all.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm with you, Nathan. I'm not 100% confident.
I just
Only
don't
because
think he will. I saw Fury drinking a beer in the newspaper yesterday. I'm like, what? You know.
Well,
well,
that's not good for him.
yeah, he getting
No.
bored. He saw his boy lost too, so maybe.
He needs to be in the ring. That's the thing with Tyson. He needs to have a fight coming up, and he needs to be focused, or else he's going to go off the rails.
He only needs a volunteer.
I don't know if this is part of the topic, but I'm gonna just interject this thing. Did y'all see Wilder's latest training videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah, he looking better. Malik Scott, he supposedly fired JD's too. So
Oh yeah. Wow.
yeah, so I mean that's the rumor. I don't know if it's accurate or not. I mean, truth be told, he should have fired JD's and kept Mark Breland. But
That's right.
He should rehire Mark Breland. No, he should make bridges again. Apologize to the man. You know.
But like again, Deontay Wilder's a jerk for doing and saying the stuff about Mark Breland. But I understand him firing Mark Breland for throwing in the towel, because if you're a fighter and you know what I do, I got the one punch pony and one trick pony, so you don't throw in the towel. I'm always in the fight as long as I'm not knocked out.
Yeah, but Breland, sure enough, his man was taking a beating.
Listen, him as a trainer, I understand his point, right? But I understand Wilder's point too, as a boxer with the right hand that can knock people out in an instant.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. You see your fighter, he's taking such a one-sided beating like he was taking. You're cruel to make someone go there. I know boxers are stubborn people, but you've got to know when the time. A coach, the coach, he did the right thing.
Listen, check it out. I got it. I got what you're saying. Luis Ortiz was kicking Wilder's ass, right? And Wilder came back and knocked him out.
Yeah.
I watched the fight recently again, the second fight, and when they stopped that fight, he was on the ropes, he was taking shots, but he had his full faculties.
And he wasn't getting hit as solid as it was being brought to be.
Yeah.
At the time of the stoppage. Much like when AJ and Klitschko fought, and they stopped the fight when Klitschko wasn't really getting clipped at the time that they stopped it. It's just that AJ looked so aggressive throwing the punches and Lad being up against the ropes, it didn't look good, especially since he had just got knocked down or something. But
Fury did look like he was overwhelming him, and that's what I think Breland was worried about, that he would get permanently damaged.
Yeah, and if I'm the coach and my fighter says to me, "You shouldn't have done that," I said to him, "I don't give a fuck what you want. It's about the safety, and if you don't like it, you can fire my ass. I don't give a shit."
That's exactly why I said I understand why Wilder fired Mark Breland, because Mark Breland, he might have had that, like, yo. Mark Breland might have been like, I'm going to throw it in, or whatever the case is. You can fire me if you want. And Wilder was like, all right, I'm going to fire you. Now, that spike in the water and all that other nonsense.
That's hallucination.
That was stupid. But
it's stupid.
Right, but the justification, like, I can understand him firing the guy. Like, you lost, and there was nothing y'all did in that fight when I was severely losing, because what was it, round 7 they stopped it?
Yeah.
I think so. Or 8.
Right.
Yeah, 7.
But between round 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, y'all didn't tell me anything to try to change the course of him whipping my ass. So y'all got to go.
But it goes to the situation is that the problem with fighters is they're stubborn motherfuckers. They don't. Nobody likes it. If somebody beats your fucking ass, you admit it. Anything like that, you learn from your losses. You don't learn from winning. You can learn from your losses, and he will come back better and stronger because of that.
Again, I've said it. He's looking good in the training camp. I think it's Malik Scott is the trainer now, so it's helping train him. So
I think he should take a warm-up fight though before he gets back in with Fury.
Who would you suggest?
Charles Martin.
Somebody like Charles Martin.
Martin, no,
Or
maybe.
lower than that?
Lower than
Charles
that.
Martin would be okay. No,
What
Charles
about-
Martin would be good? I think he could handle Charles Martin pretty easily.
Tommy
What about-
Morrison's son.
I mean, yeah. God, that would be a massacre.
Oh God!
Killing his
Really?
dad in heaven. My God, no.
Oh no! Throw him to the wolves.
Horrible,
man.
horrible match.
They'll
Right.
have him
Tear him
right next
apart.
to his dad.
Oh God.
Oh
Right.
God!
The next thing which I'm excited for. What was it, Tom? Was it the Manuel Charr fight we're going to talk about next, or was it something else? I forget.
We could.
Manuel
That's
Charr.
this
Yeah,
weekend.
sure.
That's this weekend, right?
On Saturday in Germany, Manuel Charr will be fighting the WBA. Who is the WBA champion? Will be fighting Chris Lovejoy, who only fights Mexicans. Right.
Okay. Let me understand the WBA situation. Charr is the champion in recess or the champion?
Champion in recess, and Trevor Bryan is the champion.
So
And-
he's supposed to fight Bryan.
Yeah, he will be fighting Bryan at some point later in the year if they can do a deal.
Well, Lovejoy gonna knock him out. But what I'm saying is this: if Lovejoy wins, does Lovejoy become the champion in recess? He can't, because that's the
No,
thing
he
that
can't.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
he can't be the
But he's not in
champion.
recess.
He can't
Not
be
in
the
recess.
champion in recess because he wasn't a champion.
Yeah.
And he went on a little recess with a little retirement.
God, I hate this, man. This is
That's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Oh.
Like, they should demand Charr fight. Like, Bryan is fighting who again?
He's fighting some other guy, I forget who, I can't remember. But all I will tell you
You
is
know-
Daniel Dubois obviously will be in the mix if he beats Dinny for the WB interim. Then he will probably
Yeah, he
no.
got to beat Dinu.
Then he'll
And
get
then
shot.
Michael Hunter, I know this was on part of the list, so maybe we could segue into that. Michael Hunter is supposed to be fighting Mike Wilson for
Yeah,
some
right.
WBA eliminator too.
So
He
Uh-huh.
and he explained in a recent interview I just read why he chose that fight over the Hergovich fight.
the money.
But yeah, that's it. That's
Before we go-
basically it.
Before we,
And Hergovich is dangerous. you
before
know?
we go to that, I'm just going to give my opinion why this fight is so good. It's because Manuel Charr hasn't fought for 3.5 years, and we don't really know how good Lovejoy is. We've only seen 2 minutes of him. So this will either be a horrible mismatch, or who knows? I'm going to go for
Or a
Charr.
fight of the year, right? It might be a lopsided bomb or a fight of the year, right?
Charr looks in shape. Charr
Here
looks
we
in shape.
go.
Lovejoy doesn't look in shape. He look, he looks like a whatever he looks like.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy if they produce a fight of the year, yo.
If
At least
Lovejoy
like
won,
a fight of the year candidate.
if Lovejoy won in 4 rounds, knocked him out of 1 punch, then he becomes a star. We can start taking him a little bit more serious.
Oh, his name would definitely ring bells over there.
Well, let's hope he could ring Char's bell, and that'll be
Right,
entertaining.
let's move on to
Yeah.
Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter was offered $350,000 for this fight. He turned it down because I don't blame him for turning it down. He's been in a prime
Well,
position.
he wasn't really offered that. Eddie Hearn put up 600,000 for the Hergovich fight, and that was his split, 360, and Hergovich got 240. But Trilla's the one that came in and said, "Yo, fight Mike Wilson on one of our cards,"
Yeah.
and they're giving him a multiple fight deal. So
What would he
Yeah,
have to gain from fighting Hergovich? Michael Hunter has proven himself. He doesn't need to take a risky fight like that. He's proven himself. He's proven he's a world-class fighter.
he said the best line in the interview. Listen, he said, because somebody tried to mention, you said you would fight Dylan White for free. He said, listen, there's some guys you will fight for free, some guys you will give a discount for, and some guys you're going to charge full price for. So,
Oh, that's great. He sounds like he owns his own store in his
I'm like, yo, that was good.
I respect Michael
Shut
Hunter.
all y'all up.
Right, I respect Michael Hunter, but Eddie Hearn should have never have got rid of him. He put Michael Hunter in a good position. He gave him good fights. against good people. Now,
I mean, but it was probably going to run out because who else was he going to be able to? I mean, Dylan White, but then Dylan White might have ran the risk of losing.
Well, the problem is Michael Hunter's too dangerous. That's because Michael Hunter's not a big ticket seller, and he's too.
Yeah, that's
dangerous.
right.
I don't want him.
That's
Because
right.
he's too dangerous.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so he got AJ, he got Usyk partially, he got Dylan White. He got a couple of these other dudes. So, having Hunter would be a good addition, but not enough that he's going to outbid Triller, what Triller's trying to pay him or something. Or
the only way Michael Hunter will get a title shot is if he fights Trevor Bryan or what's his name, Daniel Dubois. And I don't think Frank Warren would no way let him in there with Michael Hunter. No way would he let that happen. He wouldn't let that happen at all. Michael Hunter would kill him.
Well, Michael Hunter, I think what you guys are both saying is, and I agree with, is that there's no room for him in the plans that Eddie Hearn has, because the guys that are his cash cows, if they lose to him, the whole thing falls apart. His whole structure falls apart.
Right.
So, yeah.
Michael Hunter needs this. He needs that world title so he can give it to his dad one day. So when he sees his dad, he can tell him, I did it, Dad. I won that world title. I so badly want him to succeed. He's one of my favorites.
I mean, he's going for the WBA, so there's a possibility. I don't know, because this makes sense, so it probably won't happen. But there's a possibility that since Dubois is fighting Dinu for an eliminator, that's supposed to be a mandatory spot. He could fight, if he fights Wilson, maybe they could get him to fight Helenius. I don't know if Helenius is signed to the PBC or not, but because Helenius is a gold champion, and then that will put him in a mix to fight
you've got people in the
Charr, Bryan, Lovejoy mix.
But the problem is, if Dylan White turned around and said to anyone, and get me that WBA title fight, the WBA would let that happen. Overalls, and now confuse things even more.
Yeah, he might get a WBA title because also I was thinking the WBA's mandatory is up before the IBF since the IBF was just satisfied, and the last time the WBA's was perfected.
So Joshua could vacate the belt, and then Dylan White could be let in through that way, but we just don't know. Right, Dylan
White can't go for no WBA belt because he's a WBC interim champion.
Sorry.
Hey, we got a good fight this weekend. We got don't we have
Brandon Figueroa,
and Neary. That's going to be a war. Those two guys are both punchers. They both have high knockout ratios, and and Figueroa likes to get it in there. Head to head.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
The winner of this is supposed to fight. Who is it?
Lopez. This is lightweight, right? Or featherweight? What is this?
This is
featherweight.
No, I think it's junior featherweight.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they 122. Because
I'm thinking of Cambosis and Lopez. That's
yeah. Now this one, because this was on. Remember, like 2 weeks ago, Showtime put on a whole list of fights for the year.
Yep.
This was the first one, and the winner of this got to fight somebody at the end of it. I forgot who I think it's Ubali. I'm not sure if it's Ubali.
I don't know. I don't know, but anyway, it's going to be a good one. I'm going with Nery. I think he's fought better opponents, and he's a better boxer.
Yeah, I would probably. Yeah, he's the favorite too.
Mm-hmm.
In the fight, so I would definitely pick him.
What do you think, Nathan? Nathan?
Did we lose him?
I don't know.
My opinion is I'm not going to give an opinion on this because I don't follow either fight.
I got you.
Yeah, this just
okay.
There's one thing.
Fulton. The winner is going to fight Stephen Fulton later on.
Okay.
Right.
You guys see the Logan Paul, brother, Jake Paul confront Mayweather. I thought, what was he doing? It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a setup.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was.
Well, Floyd's a good actor. I think Floyd should go into acting.
On pay-per-view in England.
Listen,
Yeah, Karen.
I'm listening. Spencer, you there?
on their website or whatever they got, they were selling gotcha hat hats.
Right.
30 minutes after the video was leaked, they were
Oh
selling.
my God. It's marketing. It's all marketing. It's all an acting job. You know, that's the crazy thing. Very crazy.
Also, did anybody see the silly guy turn up in the gym at the elite boxing gym and challenge a boxer? Oh.
I think I did. Yeah. That was posted, wasn't it, on the site?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a question for you, Nathan.
Yeah.
I was watching this guy, Lerone Richards, and he's going to fight Giovanni de Carlos.
Yeah.
What do you think of this guy since he's over there, the super middleweight? I watched him. He looks pretty good. His foot. He's what?
Domestic level. He's okay. He's domestic level. Spencer's dropped out. Anyway, so he's domestic level.
Well, you know, I said like his footwork is a little off to me, but he looks like he could build into something if he has a good trainer. Where did he go? You know,
he's come back. So anyway, he's come back.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right. So you think he's domestic level?
Yeah. This guy Giovanni is a former WBA interim and WBA regular champion, and he's.
You think he's gonna?
Yeah.
You think he's gonna beat Richards?
No, I think Richards will win because this guy he's a 36-year-old guy who's not what he was.
Wait a minute. We were talking about Richards is going to win. Oh yeah, Richards. Yeah, because the Italian guy was a former champion.
Yeah, but he wasn't an elite or world class fighter, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was tough though. I've watched him too. He was tough. So yeah, it should be a good test for him. But I'm not crazy about his footwork.
No, I think
Richards or the other guy.
Richards. He's
yeah. I think so. Why they pick a fight like this and not have him win. You know, it's one of them.
You think so?
No,
okay.
he's not. He probably is not supposed to lose this fight. They match him up so it could be a nice European fight. So, yeah. But he better not slip up.
Okay.
So what do you guys think of Kambosos and Lopez?
There's other fights on this. Oh, carry on.
Oh no, I'm just curious. What do you think of that matchup?
Kambosos
coming down.
Lopez.
Yeah, Teofimo.
Yeah, I'm rooting with Teo. He's from Brooklyn, so I'm rooting with the Brooklyn guy.
Yeah, I think Teofimo is a bigger puncher.
Yeah.
I think he's got power-wise, he's got it. All right, what did you want to talk about, Nathan?
Joshua Buatsi has a fight on the Lerone Richards card. And I've looked at the guy's record he's fighting. This guy's from Brazil, I believe. This guy has a winning record of 20, but all the people DeSantos has beaten all have losing records. None of them these fighters have a winning record.
That's the guy that Buatsi is fighting?
Yeah. I mean, he's fighting a guy called DeSantos.
And he got a winning record, right? DeSantos?
No, he's got a winning record, but he's got a winning record against people who have.
No, I got you. He got it against bums. I mean, excuse me, against journeymen.
Inferior fighters. Yes, that's better. Well, they're building him up.
Yeah. You know, he got it. When you look at his box rec, you got to look at him fighting guys that got winning records. At least he's not the guy fighting all them losing record guys yet.
I mean,
you know, listen, how much amateur experience has Buatsi had?
He's a bronze medalist at the 2016 Olympics. So he's got.
Okay, so he got some experience. They got I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe they just got to keep him active. They want to keep him active.
the
Might be a
theory
filler
is,
fight.
the theory is, people are saying, and I've heard this for the last 3 years, that Boatsy is the best British light heavyweight. That's what they're saying. But I'm yet to see it. You know, I've yet to see it. He hasn't fought anyone any good. If he gets in there with Callum Johnson and Anthony Yard, we'll know how good he is. You know, he's good. We just don't know how good.
Yard would beat him.
I think so,
Yard would
maybe.
beat him. Yeah.
Yeah, I like y'all right now myself, but
Right.
I mean, this
move
guy
on.
has got he's not a, whoa, what is that?
Let's move on. So,
You got sound effects. That was good.
so Heather Hardy will be fighting this weekend.
yeah, she fighting tonight, I thought, right? Or is
Yeah,
it
it's on
tomorrow?
now. I think it's on now.
Yeah.
What is it on?
Yeah, it's on now.
And then
It's on now. It's on. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Fight TV?
It's on UFC Fight Pass.
Oh,
okay, we've only got 7 minutes left anyway. We've got 8 minutes, 9 minutes. So
I said I wanted to get that, but I wanted to get it before the pandemic because they was putting on fights, but then the pandemic hit, so I didn't get it. The
In other
UFC
news-
Fight Pass. I don't really watch
Another
it, though.
news. What were you going to say, Nathan? Another news? What happened?
Let me look at these other things. God, what have been saying that? Jesus. What else?
Ryan Garcia coming back.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for him. I hope he's got his head on straight. And, you know, he's got some hard fights coming up, you know, ahead of him. He better have his head together.
Now, this is the thing. Does he lose his spot because he gave it up and can't fight Fortuna?
Well, you know, the thing is, he's high profile. He's young.
He's
good
Mexican
looking.
and it's WBC, so that's
And
another thing.
So he'll be okay. They'll put him back. But we got Pascal and Badou Jack again.
Yeah.
And, for round 2, and I'm looking forward to that. Badou Jack better pick it up from the very beginning. You know, he always waits too long to start.
This is a
start
good
things
card.
going.
This thriller card is good. You know, it's not a bad. There's
Yeah,
two good fights in it. There's the Jarrett Hearn fight and the Badou Jack fight against John Pascal.
Yeah.
Who's
Hearn
Hearn
has
fighting again?
Yeah, he's fighting Luis Ariz.
Okay, yeah, that's a decent one. Is that at middleweight?
That is at super welterweight.
And
It
he's
says
still
super
down at
welterweight.
super welterweight. Huh?
Yeah, I thought Arias moved up to 160 because he fought. Didn't he fight Danny Jacobs or somebody up to 160?
Yeah. No, I can't remember. He lost. No, he lost to the guy he lost to. I can't remember his name. And then he won. Had to fight him before.
Or did he fight? Luis Arias fought somebody at 160. It might have been.
I can't remember who it
guy-
was. I can't remember.
It might have been Deverenchenko. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Derek.
Hey, do you think they're going to make Caleb Plant and Canelo next, or what? Because if he doesn't, I mean, I would like to see him fight Charlo. Charlo wants to fight him.
Yeah. Yo, them dudes, man, need to. Oh.
What?
Canelo said, "I want to unify all the belts at 168." Right. So that
Right.
means whoever ain't got a title at 168, go do some other business. Because he said he got some other business that he's looking forward to. Charlo should fight Andrade. Andrade looking for a fight.
That would be a good fight.
Or let Charlo fight Laura.
Okay, that would also be a good one.
Or Laura, even though I don't think this would be an exciting looking fight, let Laura fight Andrade and Charlo fight Triple G. Like, you know, there's so many of y'all at 160 that could fight each other, and it could be a decent fight, big
Yeah, but
enough fight that Canelo would have to, you know, be enticed to fight the winner.
Well,
Y'all
he could sit back because those guys all need him. They all need him to make the big bucks. That's what it is. Like with Floyd, they needed Floyd, you know, when Floyd was doing his thing
Before we
to make
go,
the big paydays.
we got
Right. So that's why I'm suggesting that, like, say Charlo fight Triple G. Because
I agree.
that would get Charlo could, if he looks impressive against Triple G, you don't have to worry about a trilogy, Canelo. Fight Charlo, because he looked better than that guy.
Well, I've got a
I'm
question.
sorry.
Well, we've got
Go
4
ahead.
minutes left. There was a question that Tom wrote down. Is Kovalev any good at cruiserweight, or is he completely washed?
That's a good. Well, we won't know until he does it, but I think at cruiserweight he'll lose. You know,
Yeah,
against the top guys.
Yeah. That's a big gap. He
In
was
his
at 170. I mean, he was training more so, and he was able to still get under 175 and still have power. I don't know, like, would he want to come? He might want to try to come in at the upper weight at 190 and might not do the same type of training that he did at 175 because of the weight difference.
But do you guys think that for me, he should have gone up to cruiserweight 3 or 4 years ago when he was still in his prime?
I agree.
If he'd been in his prime, I think he would have won a world title at cruiserweight if he was in his prime.
Yeah, but you got to think, at light heavyweight, there were much better and more lucrative names for him to fight than going up to cruiserweight.
That's right.
I mean,
punch resistance is not good right now.
It's not good.
Yeah. Oh, he surely shouldn't go up there now because them boys will knock him out.
Let's be honest. The top guys in that division, Lawrence Coley would destroy because he's just physically too big for it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Them dudes is on the verge of going up to like bridgerweight or heavyweight. So he would be like a real small, not short in the sense, but like one of the smaller cruiserweights.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you add that with him not having that great punch resistance, that would be a definite no for him.
Yeah, I think his whole bully and killer persona has been shattered. I think mentally he's
what's going on with
the crusher had got crushed.
What's going before we got 2.5 minutes left? What's going on with this bridgerweight? Because I've not seen anything about a fight between Jennings or Lorena or Rivers. I've seen nothing.
Well,
yeah,
that's because they're trying to build interest. You know, they don't have a lot of interest in it right now.
I mean, just put it on an undercard of a big fight. You know, surely somebody wants to win a world title at this weight.
Clarissa Shields fights June 10th on her MMA debut.
You're joking? Is that UFC?
PFL.
So it's a very low level.
She want what I mean, is she looking to accomplish something, or is it just a money thing here, man? Because you know, it doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not sure what the goal. Like, obviously, she wants to do something in other sports and stay active. So she's. I mean, I guess boxing is not that much competition in the PFL as per what people say.
That's a low level.
I don't think there's much female competition in the UFC either. But
no, I just think if you're a boxer, you're going in a mixed fight, you're going to get hurt. Unless if these people have got obviously, if you're a boxer, you could knock these martial artists out in 30 seconds. As long as they don't kick you or get you on the ground.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you could, I used to like the MMA, the original days of the MMA is good. Boxer against a dude that knows karate, or boxer against a Greco-Roman guy, something like that, where you could like, see.
And we've reached the end. We've run out of time.
All right.
Oh no.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Next